Kemi Badenoch believes that the British colonial presence in Nigeria was a good thing, helping to manage the internal political conflicts. Now, I can see why Nigeria's former Minister for Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, branded her a stupid little girl. Mrs Badenoch is good at referencing British history, attributing the country's growth to the glorious revolution of 1688, as opposed to centuries of mass exploitation and theft through slavery and colonialism. However, her knowledge of African history seems a little dodgy. Instead of thanking Britain for managing the problems in Nigeria, many of which arise through conflicting cultural groups, she should be thanking Britain for causing those conflicts. Doesn't she know that it was Britain that created Nigeria? That it was Britain that took several separate independent cultural groups and drew a border around them without any consideration as to whether these groups could work together? Some groups were split, with only a part going to Nigeria and others being forced into other newly created territories. It was Britain that then exploited these groups, pitting one against the other to ensure instability and therefore no threat to their rule. It was Britain that milked the country of its resources and made sure that locals weren't able to form a strong government. It was Britain that ensured that any future leader would be more sympathetic to their control than to a strong Nigeria, even if it meant installing despots. I mean, this is actually a little different from what Britain did in its other colonies across Africa. Perhaps instead of reading British history and the glorious revolution of 1688, she should look at Nigerian history and the Aba Women's War of 1929, both the incident itself and what led up to it. But if she feels that Nigerian or even African history isn't relevant to a British person in Britain today, then she should stop making remarks about Nigeria, about Africa, and about Britain's colonial past.